So this story had come across my feed and I got interested in it. So I saw a good half of the video and I was like, you know what? This is something that we need to talk about and kind of address in the community, because this is an issue, but I think it speaks to something a whole lot larger that we go through in the black community. So without wasting you guys' time, we're going to jump right in.
An Atlanta-based business accused of preying on black people has a choice: stop doing business or pay the state nearly $2.2 million. This follows a year-long 11 Alive news investigation by Rebecca Lindstrom. She joins us now with more on the Attorney General's order. Rebecca.
Dan, we have talked with dozens of people across the country who say they paid Beauty Supply Institute thousands of dollars to help them get their store started, but they were left with empty shelves and a lot of debt. People filed for bankruptcy and lost homes. We shared all of these complaints with the Attorney General's office, and we're still waiting to get clarification on some of the details, but it looks like BSI's owner, Devin Robinson, has agreed to stop doing business in Georgia. Now, if he breaks that agreement, he will owe the state, as you said, more than $2 million, money that could be used to reimburse the state for its investigation, as well as restitution to some of his former clients. Here is one of the first stories we aired explaining the accusations against BSI. This is supposed to be a beauty supply store. Even though Pauline McLaurin signed the lease 10 months ago, the shelving sits unassembled on the floor and there are no products to sell.
Once you have all the product and all the inventory, they come out within 2-3 days, they build everything and they put everything how it should be displayed.
Paul McLaurin is referring to BSI, Beauty Supply Institute, a company headquartered here in Atlanta. The company promotes black business ownership, making dreams a reality by helping clients get their store open from start to finish.
I can invest into this person that has all the knowledge, has all the connections.
But 3 years after McLaurin signed the contract, she is stuck paying rent on a store in Florida that is missing the actual products. And she is not alone. How many of you have spent more than $50,000 trying to get your store open? Absolutely everybody. 11 Alive Investigates talked with 10 other people from across the country that signed contracts with BSI. They too are waiting on their products.
Basically, their responses to everything is, I don't know.
They give like vague answers. Nobody knows anything.
The distributor is on back order.
After calling, sending an email, and a visit to each of BSI's Metro Atlanta locations, the company founder, Devin Robinson, agreed to talk with us. But we were only allowed to record the audio of that conversation.
Before they jump into that, I just gotta say, well, actually, I have a question. I'm kind of wondering, right? If this all goes through and everything like that, he can't do business here in Atlanta. Does that not mean he can go to another state and continue doing the same thing? Like, what does that mean? Like, help me understand. I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to that. I would venture that if he can't do business in Atlanta, then he shouldn't be allowed to do business in any other state, especially because his reach when it comes to kind of following through with his promises goes beyond the Atlanta area, goes beyond the Georgia area, mind you, because they showed different states up there. So that's what I'm kind of wondering, because that just seems kind of odd, because if he has ill business practices, he could just pick up and go to another state and just continue doing the same thing. And then more and more people will be affected. I don't know. Maybe I'm just confused. The thing I kind of want to address, right? And then I'll jump into that a little bit more as the video goes along. We get targeted, right? Black people, we get targeted because people like this, right? I understand innocent until proven guilty. My personal opinion, I think the mofo's guilty. But people like this, they see that there are people like us, right? They are trying hard to get their business going, and they see that they can just basically take advantage. They see that they can prey on you and your hopes and dreams of being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and just bleed you dry. You know, I'm not too well versed when it comes to the business world. One thing I do know is that you basically can't pay anyone until you see a guaranteed of the product and or the services that you're owed. And paying people $50,000 to not do anything, not to judge any of them, not to say that I would have done any better. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't pay $50,000. I'm not gonna lie to you. But other people's circumstances are a little bit different. We have to be knowledgeable and understand that there's gonna be people out there, especially with our skin tone and our skin color, that are gonna take advantage of us. Especially when they show all the glitz and glam and they show that, hey, look, I could get you this, I could get you here, I can put you in front of the right people. We have to be vigilant, and we have to understand that not all skin folk are kinfolk.
It is not all on us, and none of it is a nefarious act. Like, it's business.
Robinson told us his company simply grew too fast for demand.
We had to implement new technology. We just had to do certain things to be able to handle certain scale.
Robinson says it can take a year after a store is ready to get a team out to set it up with products. But these customers say that is too long.
I was borrowing money from right to left so I can keep my store. I was calling them every single day with tears, crying.
We're barely.
I'm not in their position, so I'm not the one that's going to be like passing judgment. But my thing is this: even in the case of of BSI, to me it sounds like a load of crock. And the reason why is because when you're building your business and you're growing, everyone knows, especially since it seems like he's been doing this for a while, that expanding too fast, especially when you've yet to implement certain technology, and not only that, when it comes to like when you're dealing with product, dealing with products is volatile. And the reason why is because so many different things could change in the market to where all of a sudden now you are paying this much to procure a product, this much on a daily basis or a monthly basis, sorry. And all of a sudden, because let's just say shipping is going through its own issues, all of a sudden now you're paying $25 for a pallet, for example. All of a sudden now you're paying $50. So for me personally, me hearing that, oh, well, we expanded too fast and this is the price of doing business, is like, no, run me my money or my product, because that doesn't really make sense. I mean, it makes sense in the sense of like a rookie mistake. Like someone like me, I don't have much business experience. That's something I would run into. But even still, someone that has built businesses and then help people also build businesses themselves, for you to come out and tell me, well, I expanded too fast, we implementing new technology, no, that's a cop out. That's a cop out. Now, when it comes to the people themselves, right, this kind of goes back to the whole Tabitha Brown thing. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go for your dream. Sometimes you have to kiss ass to kick ass. What do I mean by that? You have to kind of crawl on the ground as much as you can before you decide to get up and start walking, much less running. Maybe you don't need a store for the next 2, 3, 4 years, and you just need to do online shipments. That in itself is difficult, but that's better than having to pay for a property and you don't even have product. Or the amount that you're selling can't even make up for what you're paying in the property. Like I said, this is bare bones knowledge when it comes to like running a business, but there's some things that I do know.
Barely making it. I'm just being honest. We're barely making it.
We've exhausted everything with BSI.
We shared those frustrations with Robinson.
That is a very hurtful thing for me.
And for them.
Yeah.
McLaurin says it's incredible.
That shit sounded kind of shady. It's painful for me and for them. Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. Look, a little scammy to me.
Incredibly hurtful to her.
And it's been devastating. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to stay happy because I have too many kids to not.
McLaurin says she has spent more than $125,000 to get her store open. About $50,000 of that for products that have yet to come.
I can't keep living like this. I need to know, am I going to have a store or am I not going to have a store?
Since that story aired, Pauline did have to close her store. Others we've spoken with were able to borrow more money to buy their own products so that they could get their store open. One woman did win a $500,000 judgment against BSI, but has yet to receive a dime. And it is unclear how the AG's actions might impact her efforts to collect. And if you want to learn more about this case, download.
Like I said, sounds like a whole goddamn scam that dude is running. Because look, I understand procuring products and everything like that. It's not an easy thing. But 1 and 2 years can't be going by and you're just like, yeah, we're still trying to get it. It's either you got it or you don't. What's going on? Like, tell me your supplier so I can get it my damn self. Because what are we talking about right now? It is a sad thing when people lose business and, they lose the ability to, one, fund their dream and then put food on the table. Like, I'm never going to be an advocate for someone to be able... I'm never going to be an advocate for someone losing the ability to provide for their family and everything like that. It is a sad thing because I could only imagine what it's like to put in all that money and then having to come back with a loss, and that she has all them kids, which that's a lot of kids. I don't know her circumstances. She could be married and everything like that, but I'm just saying that's a lot of kids. Even with the others as well. I mean, they had to borrow some more so they could be able to open their stores. Now they're even more in the hole because they gave him money and now they had to give even more money that they borrowed to invest into their store. And now they have to pretty much make it up twice to receive any type of like revenue, to break even, if that. The whole thing, it's sad. It's sad. And like I said before, in our community, we come across this a lot where people that look like us, right, have our same skin tone, take advantage of us because we like to be on code with each other. You know what I'm saying? We like to automatically think, you know what, this is a brother, this is a sister, they ain't gonna do me wrong. No, we gotta be vigilant. We gotta be vigilant. You know, we gotta do our due diligence. We gotta pay attention and, you know, kind of research when it comes to who we're doing business with. Because especially when you're dealing with money like that, $50,000, $125,000, and then all this time passes and then, nah, you gotta run me my money. And even that woman that sued, she didn't see a dime yet. Crazy work. You know, we gotta do better when it comes to sniffing out these people. And then not only that, sounding the alarm when we do sniff out these people, these predators amongst our community, because there's too many of them that are just walking around. You guys already know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Have you ever been in a situation like this? If you have, I feel sorry for you, honestly. You know, hopefully you were able to come out of that situation with a net positive. And if you weren't, I mean, share your story down in the comments below. You know, I'm being very interested to hear about it. But that's it for now, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.